please give us an understanding and, for the interest of our viewers at home, the principle of a fair trial.
Principles of a fair trial require that the interests of the accused person should be balanced against those of the victim of crime.
And do we see that in our judicial system?
If we look at what happened, I don't think. I think that the justice system does not seriously take into consideration the concerns, the interests, and the rights of victims of crime.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk a little bit about Gavin. Between 2012 and 2015, attempted rape and rape cases were filed against Gawanab, who was at then 14, 17 respectively, meaning that when he committed his first crime, he was 14 years old, meaning he was a minor. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Obviously, he was released in the custody of his parents, if I can put it there, and with a simple warning, the parents must ensure his presence in court at the next date of hearing. A red flag should have come up at that stage to the police, the prosecutor, and the presiding officer. If they have known of human rights training education, they would have realized that we should, in this case, apply a human rights-based approach, which will require that we must look closely. Why would a young boy of 14 years old commit such an offense?
We received a lot of comments from some quarters of society on this story on our Facebook page, and one of the comments that stood up came from Vicky, who was particularly asking, what is the background of Gawanab? And she is guessing that he could be a street kid and was exposed to evils at an early age. Many of the comments that have been put out there have been that, Gawanab is a monster.
We should have it from the very beginning, and then we would have better understanding of this boy. But we should never lose sight of the interests of the victim too. Also look at her circumstances. Mm-hmm. Yes, he was put before court, he was released without looking at his circumstances. He went. He did not even understand maybe why was it wrong or right what he has committed. I must answer your question in the positive, that we are creating small or monsters, if I can put it. I don't want to label this young fellow is now a youngster, a monster, but we must take blame.
Can we perhaps attribute the absence of juvenile detention centers in Namibia as the contributing factor?
No court will place a person as young as 14 years in detention, waiting until his next trial, until the case is being finalized. But there should be a inquiry into his circumstances. Do you have the capacity as parents to look after your child, to prevent him from committing further offenses? If they cannot give that guarantee, at least, that we can look after, then he should have been placed in a place of safety until his next, or on a juvenile detention center.
Now, we understand that all the cases that Gawanab committed were reported at the same police stations. What usually is supposed to happen when a minor commits a crime, and especially a crime of this nature?
Red flags should have flying as high as possible. But usually not the same investigating officer is being, the case has been assigned to him. It may be different. That I don't know, and I believe we lack what I can call an integrated criminal police system,
How can the media report responsibly on this case? For example, is the media allowed to interview, the victim, who in this case is a minor?
Police will prohibit you to interview and telling the story before the case has been finalized, But the media have an important role to play, to put pressure on the criminal justice systems that this kind of cases be finalized in the shortest possible time. Can you think of a reason why a case of attempted rape or even rape cannot be finalized within 6 months?
People, they've been calling for the return of the death penalty. Do you think that's a solution?
The death penalty is impossible. We will not can. That is a guaranteed right. The right to life is guaranteed under our constitution. We cannot change the constitution